Channel 780 Mornings with Jim Heron. Jim Heron.
Good morning. It's coming up on 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. Jim Heron in this morning now with a pinch hitter, if we could say that, Buddy
It's
Pearson.
the sports monster, brother.
Yeah, the sports monster.
The sports monster is here.
Buddy Pearson, who normally is here on Friday Talking Sports, is out playing in the Golden Eagle Scramble and probably hoping...
The what? He's playing in the what?
He's playing in a golf tournament
I
called
thought
the
you
Golden
said
Eagle
the
Scramble.
Golden Scramble.
Yeah, Golden Eagle Scramble.
I thought that was something they had at McDonald's.
No, not quite the same thing.
Not the same thing?
Exactly.
You don't get any flapjacks with that?
You're not a big golfer, Monster?
Not really. It's just the heat. You know, I've got all this black on, and it just sucks it right in. And I just, you know, I'm more of I lay out the moon.
Oh, okay. so you're not on the course all the time.
Pretty much.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that are happening in sports, since you are
the sports monster,
of course.
It's the era of the sports monster.
NBA playoffs, Pistons and Lakers. What do you think so far? 1-1, I guess the series is tied at.
No, actually, the Lakers are down.
Lakers are down.
2-1.
2-1. Okay.
Right. Last night the Lakers lost. You know who the two most unprepared people in the entire NBA playoffs? I'll let you guess. The two most unprepared.
Kobe and Carl.
No, not Kobe and Carl. The two most unprepared people, according to the sports monster, is Al Michaels
Okay.
and Doc Rivers.
the ones doing the play-by-play
Right.
and color commentary.
If you don't know what, people are watching the NBA. A lot of people tune in just for the playoffs, the finals, the NBA, the Super Bowl. And this year we've got Al Michaels for the first time ever. Al Michaels, everybody knows him from Monday Night Football. They know him from the 1980 Olympics.
Do you believe in miracles?
That's it. He was great at that. He's great at Monday Night Football. He's great at baseball. He's great at a lot of things. Basketball, he's just picking up a check.
Oh,
And he's picking up a $2 million check. Al Michaels is. He is horrible at basketball. He just kind of, this is not a great series anyway because of the defense, because of the way the game has changed. The announcing is a very important part of it. Not helping him is Doc Rivers. You've got a guy, and Doc Rivers is going to coach the Celtics next year. He's going to be the head coach of the Celtics.
Well, clearly his color man commentary is not going over, so he gets back into coaching.
Right, it's beyond horrible. Well, that's what the NBA coaches do now. When they're on the outs, they get on TNT, they get on ESPN. You're an announcer for a while to keep your name out there, and before long, a general manager, somebody watching says, you know, that guy's pretty smart. It's what happens with Doug Collins about every 2 or 3 years, and then they get in there and they go, oh, really? He can't really coach. He's just a better guy to look. Same with Doc Rivers. Although to his credit, he was coach of the year 1 year with the Orlando
So
Magic.
he's worse than, say, Bill Walton or Kareem or
Yes, he's hundreds of times.
Frazier or whoever else we've had through the years.
Bill Walton's heads and heels above Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers. Last night, I'll give you an example. Kobe is on the bench and he's looking back and he's talking to someone, and that someone is Brian Shaw, that used to play for the Lakers, the Celtics, a guy that played way over 10 years in the NBA, and also played last year, and also dated Madonna. I mean, this is a guy that dated Madonna at one time, a well-known man. Doc Rivers goes, yeah, Kobe's talking to. He goes, oh, I can't think of his name right now. I thought, boy, that is brilliant. And then Al Michaels, who hasn't even mentioned basketball yet. I mean, Al Michaels will go through the broadcast. Last night he mentioned boxing. He mentioned Tyson, Thomas Hearns. David Rivers, or Doc Rivers, was hung up on a book that came out years ago called The Jordan Rules. And he kept saying, oh, it's like the Kobe rules. And he could have referenced it once or maybe twice. He must have said it 10 times. Probably because he couldn't remember people that played in the NBA for years, names that were right there on the bench. But poor Al Michaels, you know, it's just like he's just showing up for it. He never mentions, he should be mentioning Kareem, Magic, the last time
those are
the Pistons and the Lakers played, you know. He could mention those guys. He's always making references to baseball, to football. He's mentioned football more than anything. I understand, but he's just not prepared for this series as an announcer, and he doesn't care.
Well, you know, if you're assigned to the series anyway, who does a better job? Was it Marv Albert they need to recruit over there?
Marv Albert is an announcer. He's a great announcer. Kind of weird in his personal life, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
and I can't help it when I see him. I think, Marv, you're just, you know, I don't have the same respect for him just because I think of him with, what was it, biting people? He was biting people.
He was biting and had some women's underwear involved, I think. But, you know, that was years ago.
Even the sports monster wouldn't do that. I mean, I know other monsters, and they don't put, you know, bites on people. Maybe Dracula, but he's got a gimmick, you know.
Exactly.
Marv Albert's a great announcer. He would give you that basketball
but
feel.
He's not employed by ABC, so.
Right. He's not. In fact, when that whole incident went down, they took him off TV for about 2 years. Now he works for, I believe, Madison Square Garden Network. So he does the Knicks games, and you know, if he was out there going, yes, Kobe, yes, we'd have that basketball field. Dick Stockton's another one. Even Tommy Heinsohn at this point, somebody like that, somebody that
Okay.
is a basketball person. But Al Michaels, he's a Hall of Fame broadcaster. Also once did the Cincinnati Reds there for a while. Did you know that?
The Reds, by the way, and we have to take a break real quick. First place for the moment.
Unbelievable.
I don't know why.
Truly unbelievable.
But they're holding on to the lead in the Central Division, and maybe this is the year.
It could be. It seems like 1990 all over again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a break. We'll talk about more of the NBA and baseball and everything else happening with the Sports Monster in just a moment on News Channel 780. 21 minutes after 8 o'clock.